Hey everyone, welcome. Happy Friday. It's Patty from pspapercrafts, and today we're doing a fun fold. It's called a crossover gatefold card. We're making a Valentine's Day card. It's a little tricky to open, and you can move this up so that it doesn't go across. I kind of like it like this, and it does secure the card, but when you open it, it kind of is in the way. So happy Valentine's Day. I mean, it's not bad. So when you close it, you just have to kind of go under it. But I love this paper. I think it is so cute. And we're going to make today's card with the same paper. Different color cardstock just to give it a different look. But isn't this cute? This is the Love Notes 6x6. And it gives you all these fun little, you can make with your grandkids. So it's like the front and back. So there's the front of the camera, and then it's got it without the we just click. So it's really cute, and you get a bunch of these. So let me see. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of each. So that's this one. And then this one is where I cut with a circle punch this. We're going to use this today. And, you know, you get 8 of these, and there's the back. So you could just make some quick cards for kids or for adults. It doesn't have to be kids. Then you get 8 of these. So this would be a card front, and you can use those for your sentiments. This is the back. So cute. And there's this one, and this is the back. This is the one we're using. I love this. And I made the dimensions so that we could use this piece because I think it's really very cute. You'll see that in a minute. And what else do we have here? This I'm not crazy about, but it would be good for background. But this I love. This blue kind of gingham. And then you've got these purple polka dots with these great hearts on the background. So I think it's a really fun paper pack, and this is my favorite pattern, so that's what we're using. So when you open it up is where you see this. Okay, you see it on that one, and you see it on that one. So I wanted to use these pieces, and I was kind of had to go with this size, and that's why I matted it. And if you don't need to go by that size, you don't need a mat. You could use the white measurements and just as your designer series paper measurements. I hope that makes sense. But I like the white. You know me, I always put a white layer to a white mat to just pop off the paper. So it's a lot. It's very easy card. I have the directions, a project sheet below. If you look below the description, there's a whole bunch of links there. My online store, there's all kinds of stuff. And if you want to get the project sheet, it will have pictures, measurements, and instructions. And you can just click that link and print it out or look at it online and kind of follow along with the video. So let's get started. This is Flirty Flamingo. And the next card we're going to make is in Garden Green. So the colors in this paper are Garden Green, Flirty Flamingo. There's some other colors there. And you can always find the colors on this back panel. So the blue is Azure Afternoon, which I love. Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Garden Green, Gorgeous Grape, Real Red, and Black. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is have our card base, and this is our standard half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, and we are going to score it to make the gatefold. So we will get our cutting blade out of the way and use our scoring blade, and we will do 2 1/8 on each side. So 2 1/8. Now we're going to flip it around and 2 1/8. Okay, and I don't think we need that anymore. Oh, we will. We'll need to cut this. I didn't cut the pieces of designer series paper because I wanted you to see you can make this whole card with just one sheet. So we're going to just fold these in. I think I didn't do a very good job, did I? It's a little bit off, but we'll make it work. Let me get my bone folder. And if it overlaps, you know, sometimes we're not exact on things. If this overlaps a little bit, you can just trim it down. You don't want it to close. So this is a little crooked, I see. So So I am going to just try to fix it by holding it in place. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so this is a gatefold, a standard gatefold. And then we have our pieces. So I am calling this part, let me open it. This I'm calling the front panel, and this I'm calling the front flap. So in the directions, that's what we have. So we're going to just kind of mount our pieces, right? So we have this one is, this is the flap. So it's 4 1/8 by 2 3/4. So 4 1/8 by 2 3/4. The white mat is 2 5/8 by 4. Okay, and then we're going to cut our design. So there's 2 of each of these, and then we're going to cut our designer series paper. So let's cut that down. We're just going to cut this strip off, and this is, it's 1 3/4 is the strip. So we're going to just cut that down, and then the 1 3/4 by 2 1/2. I'm just looking at my notes because there were a lot of measurements. I played with this a lot. 2 1/2. So let's make sure that's right. Yep. Okay. And then the other one at 2 1/2. So you're using pretty much the whole sheet. You've got this little piece left over. Okay. And then on this one, we are going to cut this at 3 7/8. So just a little bit. And then we're going to cut 2 pieces, 2 1/2. Is that right? I hope that's right. 2 1/2. Yes. So just so you know, on this card, everything is a little smaller. I cut all the pieces a little smaller, and I didn't like the way this lined up or didn't line up. I wanted this white to line up right like this. So on this card, I'm making everything a little bigger. The instructions go by this card. So if you see this, it's a little bit, it's the same height, but it's just a little bit wider. So in case somebody picks up on that as we're going. 2 1/2. You guys are right on top of things. So you know, I always make one, figure out the measurements. Now save this. This we'll use on the inside, okay? And so we've got these 2 pieces left over. We'll put that aside. And now we'll just start layering our pieces. So we have the green piece, the white piece, and the designer series paper. So we'll just put them together for the top and the bottom. Okay, so for this I'm going to use liquid glue because they're such tight layers. If you you could use whatever you want, but I want to make sure I get everything down and in the right place. So I'm just going to lay the designer series paper on top of the white, and then on top of the green. And these are our flaps. So it's a very easy card, and again, I just love this paper. I think the green and the Flirty Flamingo are just so nice together, and the flowers with the hearts, so cute. So we'll do the same thing here. Just mat them up. Still freezing here. Unbelievable. I'm dripping my water at night, so I have hot water in the morning. I've lost it a couple of times, so when it's below about 10-15 at night, I've been just letting my water drip. It's worth it. And the snow is still high, way piled up. It's kind of crazy. So now these are going to go here and here, and one's going to be attached on one side and the other's going to be attached on the other side. So then we want to oh, I have mats for these too. So these mats are 1 7/8 by 2 5/8, And then the DSP is 1 3/4. So I went down just a quarter, 1 3/4 by 2.5. Okay, and again, I'll have all of this written down. So we're just going to adhere these. See the backs of them? Whenever I put glue on the back, I think, oh, I love the back. But they give you plenty of these sheets, so you can make, I think this is really a fun project to do, maybe with kids, grandkids. Happy Valentine's Day. And then we're just going to put this down, and then we'll put the card together. It really is an easy card. I saw other people do them, and they had this piece all the way down, but you're really not seeing it. So whatever you want to do. So I would say put these pieces down first, and then you'll know exactly where to put these pieces down. Okay, so we're only going to put glue on one side. So flip it over. Make sure you don't flip it this way, because then it will be upside down, right, if you put glue here. So flip it this way, put glue here, from here over, right? I'm going to put it a little bit there, and then put it down, and it will be just, you can go all the way to the bottom, and there's just a slight border around it. Okay. Of course, I moved it. And then this piece should fit right on top. And this time we're going to put glue on this side, right? So this goes like this. So we're going to turn it upside down and put our glue over here. And this glue is strong, so you don't have to go all the way to the edge. And then line it up so it should go right to the top of the card, and a tiny, tiny border on the outside. Okay, good so far. So we've got our fold here. Now we want to adhere these here, and we want to add that or line up that white with the white below. I just think, you know, it's easy on the eye that way. So see the difference? This one is over a little from this because I made this bottom panel. I followed somebody's directions, and when I was done and I opened it up, I liked this instead of this. All right, so now we want to do this side. Same thing. We're just going to put a little glue here and put this down here, lining up the white. Okay, so now we have this. So here's the part where if you want to put something up here, so maybe ribbon down here and a sentiment, or a sentiment that's broken up, you could do that so it just opens like this. Or you can do what I did here, where it's got to go like tuck under, which I'm going to do again. And then this will be for the inside. We still have that piece left over. Hi, I realized as I was editing this and watching it, I missed, I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't have my camera on. So I missed a whole step. So I'm putting that here. Excuse me for that. I didn't show you how I created this. So you're going to see this, and then you'll see the rest of the card. So let me just show you what I did here. So I took this sheet and I took my hexagon punch and punched it to try to get the words in. I know I'm cutting off some of the flower, but just to get it straight. Okay. Hate to use another one, but I'll use it for another card. And then I took a piece of basic white and I cut it like this, or punched it like this, the same thing. And I just cut it right in half. And then I glued, I put a little glue here. I'm not going to go through it. And then a little glue on this one, and created a mat for this. Sometimes, you know, we have punches or dies that don't nest very well, or not at all. So you can just, you know, make it as big or as little as you want. So that's what I did here, okay? And then when I glued it down, I only put glue at the top part so that it doesn't stick here, okay? So once you glue these pieces behind here, then glue, just put glue at the top part and put it down here. Then I used the chevron ribbon. This is garden green and white chevron ribbon. It's very small. I did that for the bow on both cards. And then I also used these faceted circles. What are they called? The pearlized faceted circles. I did white on the one card, but this one I did this Calypso Coral and Peach Pie. And I used the Peach Pie because I thought it almost could go with the Flirty Flamingo. So I added these. So back to our regularly scheduled show here. This I'm going to put right in the middle of the video. It's going to kind of be a little clunky, but I think I wanted to show you how I created this. I decided to do it in Flirty Flamingo just to make it more Valentine's-y, if that's a word. So we're going to do Valentine's. I don't have this down yet. I like to put it in place so I know where to stamp my sentiment. And I don't put this down until I stamp my sentiment in case I make a mistake. So stamp and then stick, right? And I have my day over here. Happy Valentine's Day. There's hearts too if you wanted to do that. So now we'll do our sticking, and I'll use my, I think this is actually wider. I probably should have cut it down, but that's okay. I think it's 1 inch. Yeah, that's 1 inch too. I usually cut it down to 3/4 of an inch, but this is fine. And then we'll stick this down on the inside, and we will be done. Very easy. Very pretty. I've been using the other Valentine paper that has all the hearts and the XO, but I like this one. And I think this paper with the hearts could be used for, you know, as I said, birthday. You could probably use it for wedding, engagement, anything. So we're going to just slip this under here. And then this one, we'll just slip it under. It's easy to do, right? So these are the cards. Let me just show you my calendar. So if you're familiar with my calendar, I send it out every month to my email subscribers. So if you want to get this each month, just subscribe. There's a link below. And we did the crossover gatefold. Next week we'll do a triple diamond fancy fold. So it's a different take on a triple diamond card. I do color combos on Thursday. I do sketches a couple times a week, actually. I do the Split Coast Sketcher Challenge and the Atlantic Heart Sketchers Challenge. And then I just have ideas to inspire you and give you some ideas to make your cards. And one more thing. Actually, there's 2 more things. So Anne Varillo and I, we've done some retreats over the last couple of years. She's a demonstrator. She lives a couple hours from me, and we actually met a few times. And we're doing a retreat. These are half the cards. We're using the, I think it's Beautiful Blossoms. So this is one, this is one, and this is one. These are the ones I designed. And then Anne designed 3 cards. And the retreat is March 7th on Facebook. And you can get the all the goodies, the card kits to make 2 of each of 6 cards. So you'll make 12 cards. You'll get all of the supplies to make the cards. We'll be in Facebook. There'll be prize patrol and little pillow gifts and things like that. So if you're interested, there's a link below. And then my regular card class, my February card class, these are the cards. This is kind of a similar card to what we did today. We'll make this one, and this one, and this one. So if you are interested, this will also have a link below. If you have any questions, you could always email me, patty@pspapercrafts.com, and I'd be happy to help you. And I'm also going to start in March a card club. Instead of the card class that I do each month, I'll have a club where you subscribe to it, and every month you don't have to worry about it. You'll be billed. The kit will come with the instructions, videos, all that you need. So let me know if you are interested and have any questions. All right, thanks so much and have a great week. Bye.